and wife, the children watched their father honor their mother. The other people, the pastors, the other leaders, they saw this same honor. And so, even though Samson has passed away, they've said, please, Miss, will you please carry on? And this is an honoring, not only of a woman, but an honoring of a man in his heritage, his inheritance, and what he had instilled in them. There are so many things that I wished I could say, and I know that I'm carrying on far too long. But I want to look back only a few generations. Mr. Alexander Daniel is here, and as I listened to him, I listened to his stories the other day with the partition in 47. And I listened with interest as his grandfather, Nihal Das. Nihal?
No.
Nihal Das.
Nihal Das, thank you. Sorry. How he came and from Sikh and became a Christian. And he began a heritage into this family, to the children. And that heritage is unto generation, unto generation, unto generation, unto generation. And if I had any hope, any prayer, it was that the generations would not cease. For the men who are in the room, and your walk is not as strong with God as you know it maybe should be, or maybe even want it to be, I want you to look over your shoulder at your great-grandfather. I want you to consider the steps of your father. And I want you to stir up yourself to love and good works, that for the generation to come, they will see Christ in you. And you will be able to say, read with me in Philippians chapter 4 and verse 9. This is a challenge when I walked with Samson Jacob. To be able to say this to Nashun, Pashmina, to any one of the children, the things which you learned and you received and heard and saw in me, these do, and the God of peace will be with you. May we so walk, so live our lives with a character so like Christ, that I can say to my own children, to my own wife, who sees me day by day, the things you see, the things you hear, the things you received, if you do these things, there is a promise of an experiencing of the presence of God in your life. May we say that to our children. May we say it to our children's children. May we say it to our families and our communities. And may we have a generational vision that's worthy of sacrifice and giving ourselves. Samson Jacob had such a testimony. And I was privileged to walk with this man and to follow him and to fight the good fight alongside of him. I could not be there in the last days, for which I may never forgive myself, but there was no way for me to get there. But I loved him. I love him. I love Primrose and I love these children. Not more than you, I know. But as an outsider, a white-skinned American with only a few years, I grew to love this family. From the time that Nashun was only a year and a half or whatever, barely learning how to walk, we have watched him walk over. So I am privileged to be here. These are my only words of exhortation, is that we would have a generational vision. you, as Christians, as Pakistani, as the Daniel family, you would carry on this generational vision for the young ones that are here, that they would know what it was like to be all of those things. Thank you for the privilege and thank you for the honor of being here. Thank you, Primrose. I'm glad to be in your house.
Thank you, Brother David. This beautiful message. God bless you and use more and more and more.
I'm thankful to you to be here with us in this very precious moment. And secondly, I'm thankful to all the people who are gathered here today. And it is a very special day for us. And it is 1 year that Samson has passed away. But myself and my children, we are trying our best to continue the work which he left so that we can also be a part of those people who are working hard for the kingdom of the Lord. And today's sermon is very blessful for me and for my children and for all of us. And it is encouragement for all of us that we have to step forward, not step backward for the work of the Lord. And I'm so thankful to you again, all of you, and especially for Brother Dave and Janice for coming here so far from Washington State to Philadelphia. Thank you to you.
तो खुदा की जो मर्जी तो वो तो हुआ, लेकिन उसकी ज़िंदगी हमारे सामने है जिस तरह से उसने अपनी इस चर्च की को चलाया जितने